Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Hook Them Fish. And today I want to talk about my top 5 favorite bass baits for the pre-spawn. Alright guys, at number 5, I would have to go with a white spinnerbait. This is a white Strike King spinnerbait, ½ ounce. The reason I would pick a white spinnerbait is because in lakes, the gizzard shad are spawning, and so are the bass. So the bass are looking for food. The bass are starting to fatten up for the spring and summertime. And you see people say match the hatch. Well, gizzard shad are white. And when there's a lot of them, they kind of flicker a little bit. So the spinnerbait is a great way. You can get a reaction strike off of it. Always have a trailer hook on here. As you see, I have a trailer hook on there, so that's always great. But like I said, it's a reaction strike bait. You have to match the hatch. It looks like a shad. So when you're picking baits, you want to pick baits that look like what is in the water. Like bluegill style. If there's a lot of bluegill in your lake, like if you're fishing a pond and there's a lot of sunfish and bluegill, but there's no shad, pick a spinnerbait that has like a green pumpkin kind of color to it. So that's a great bait to use. Spinnerbait, number 5 on my list. All right, so number 4. My number 4 bait would have to be a caffeine shad swim bait or a Zoom speed crawl. Now the reason I pick these baits are because they are swimming baits and they come in a lot of different colors. Now like I'll say this for every bait, you're matching the hatch. Now for example, say you're in a river like I fish and the smallmouth and largemouth are spawning and you have a lot of crayfish. Well, here is a crayfish type color, and what you can do is to modify this, you can take these arms off if you'd like. You don't have to, but you can take these arms off just like this, Texas rig it, and swim it just like a normal little jig swim bait, or just a swim jig, anything like that you can use this for. So that's why I like doing this. For example, in lakes, there's a lot of shad. Here's a white color, perfect for shad. You can swim these. It's perfect. Same in like ponds and stuff like that. If you have a lot of bluegill or anything else that's natural in the water, here's a caffeine shad swim bait. Put a swim bait head on here, and like I said, you're matching the hatch. Looks natural. Looks like anything. This can work lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, anything that's holding bass. The caffeine shad will work. So that is number 4. All right, so number 3 would have to be a Z-Man chatterbait. A Z-Man chatterbait is a great bait because it's another reaction strike bait. It's another bait that the bass are going to key in on and really be aggressive in hitting the bait. The bass are getting aggressive this time of year. So what that means is the more moving baits is going to be better. So that's why, a spinnerbait, a swim bait, any bait like that will work in the pre-spawn. Now, for example, this is like a green pumpkin chatterbait. You can put any kind of trailer on this. You could even put, a speed crawl like that on the back of this. Whatever, you think and feel that works. Fishing a chatterbait can be good. This is a 1/8 ounce chatterbait here. Fishing a chatterbait along edges or where you see most of the fish cruising. Now the fish are going to be cruising around, but they're also going to be going in and out of their beds that they are making for the regular spawn. Now that's why the chatterbait or any moving bait comes into play in the pre-spawn. So number 2. Number 2 for me would have to be a rattle trap. Now I have plenty of rattle traps, but this is just one color that I wanted to pick out for basically for ponds. Now when you're pond fishing, you want to go for your more natural colors like bluegill color or small baby bass color, anything that bass will key up and feed on. Now topwater could work at times, but I don't normally throw topwater as much because the bass in the ponds are just, the ponds are just unfreezing and the bass are just starting to cruise around. So I tend not to throw topwater, but you can and it will work in times. But here is a baby bass rattle trap here. This could work this could even indicate a bluegill, a sunfish, anything that's natural in the water. You can get white rattle traps. I have a few white rattle traps for lakes that will work. Like I said, matching the hatch. Looks like a shad, or this looks like a baby bass / bluegill. Anything that the bass are keying on and eating, that will be a good bait to use. So that is number 2, a rattle trap. And number 1, my number 1 bait would have to be the RAPALA X-Rap. This is the 4-inch RAPALA X-Rap, and this is a great bait to use because it suspends in the water. You can make it go deep. You can make it go as deep as you want, but you could also make it go as shallow as you want. You don't have, the more you reel it and jerk it, the deeper it's going to go, and the slower it's going to come up. The slower you jerk it, it's not going to go as deep. and it will suspend, just a little bit, and then you jerk it a little bit, and then it will suspend, so it won't go as deep as you want it. And that can be good and bad at times, but I won't get into that. The two main colors I like to use are just this regular white with black top, so I call it a black top shad. This will work in clear water. This is actually deadly in clear water. You can get so many bites, and then in dirtier / muddy water / not so clear water, I like to use the pearl color. Same thing, RAPALA X-Rap 6 or 4 inches in white pearl. This will work well in muddy water, like I said before, and it's just another great color to use to key in on those big spawning bass. Another bait here. This is just an older style jerk bait. This will work as well. I have a lot of older style jerk baits, but these will work in clear water and all around catch you some good fish. Alright guys, well thanks for watching this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, some great lures here and awesome baits for the pre-spawn. So if you guys are looking into getting some good baits and really catching some big fish this year, go ahead and check out these baits. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have any questions or comments or concerns. That didn't even sound good. If you have any comments, questions, anything you want to let me know. So without further ado, we will see you guys in the next episode. Pound it.